gossip and entertainment only. Let's get started.
Hello, gossipers. Sharona here. So we're gonna talk the Hogans. Now we're talking Brooke and Linda Hogan. Brooke is the ex-wife of Hulk Hogan, and Brooke is their daughter. Now it seems the family has been estranged for years. According to the mom, Linda, it's been 7 years that she's seen Brooke, and Brooke recently, welcomed twins. And you know, Brooke in the 2000 early 2000, they had a show called Hogan Knows Best, and it ran for 4 seasons. I think it was 2005 to 2009. And if you want to see episodes now, I think you can go on Prime Videos or just go and look it up. So on Friday, I think it was, Linda came on with a video. She just looked tore up. You know, she said she went to get Botox and I don't know where the injection, but we're going to hear her tell it on the reason why she wants to get in touch with her daughter after all these years, she's saying, and then we'll come back with more.
Okay, so I'm just home by myself today. Again, as usual, I'm okay with most things, but today something hit. I don't know what hit, but I look terrible because I've been crying. And yesterday I went to try to go have Botox and shit, and they bruised me like, I don't know. But it's been 15 or longer years since I got left Hulk Hogan, and my family is in the worst mess. Brooke doesn't talk to us. She's had twins. She got married. She didn't tell us. She had twins. She didn't tell us. She had a huge fight with Terry. I don't know how that reflected onto me, but she cut me out too. I haven't talked to her for 7 years, almost 8 years now. And God bless Nick. He's still such a good boy.
So you heard Linda. She said that, you know, it's been 8 years and that her son Nick, he's such a good boy. So now Brooke did respond to that video, and her response is such a lengthy response that I can't read the entire thing to you. So while I'm going to read the breakdown basically from a website, Vulture, then I'll just put her response up, and you can always pause the video to read it, so and so. So while I'm reading this, I'm going to put up Brooke's response. So it says, the next day, Brooke posted on her main Instagram feed combating her mother's claims of innocence. I will start by saying this video is mild compared to behavior I have witnessed for the greater portion of my life. This also comes in addition to false claims that she's previously posted then deleted, Brooke stated, before sharing some empathy for her mother. That being said, she has been through a lot of trauma and pain. My heart breaks for her. You can't control how others treat you, but you can control how you treat others and cope with things. Brooke also shared that she has completely separate reasons for having no contact with either parents, and that no contact with her mom has nothing to do with her dad, and no contact with her father has nothing to do with her mom, she continued. I have been extremely verbally and mentally abused since childhood. Sadly, it would frequently turn physical, and sometimes it's not by the person you would assume. Abuse comes in all shapes and sizes. She also combats her mother's claim that they've been estranged for years, sharing a photo of herself, her husband, and her mom all together. So, as I said, I'll post what she said because it's very lengthy. It's just telling that, you know, she suffered abuse. And not only that, but her dad, Hulk Hogan, he was like this hero, this champion from the wrestling world, only to find out that he is a racist, allegedly. I'm just going to go allegedly. I personally heard stuff about him, or You've read stuff about him. He's a proud Trump supporter, which does not make you a racist. There are other incidents. I remember watching Hogan Knows Best. That was the reality show, and I know she had a boyfriend. I think he was biracial, and he hinted that it wouldn't be a good fit for her to be going out with someone like that. If to give an example that I personally saw on TV, with other people making claims, that's their story, which leads to thinking that he is a known racist, allegedly. But yeah, so Brooke is saying she was abused, everything like that. And after she responded, the mother came back, Linda, and said that what Brooke is, that she's a narcissist. Yes. This mother who said that her child would not speak to her, haven't spoken to her in 8 years, is a narcissist. Now, Linda, that's not going to get your child back to you. Brooke is now married. She's a new mom of twins. She said she just wants a peaceful life. She gradually faded away from the entertainment world because of how much of a disaster it was for her growing up. And for Linda, to put them back in the spotlight because, people are talking about it. We haven't seen these people in years. And, the mom, that's her own thing. I might play the rest of her video later after this post. She's going off on her ex-husband, who's been married I think 3 times now since they've been separated. I think Linda said 15 years. And then also remember, Linda started dating her son's friend, and the son himself, Nick, was caught up in a hit and run where his best friend, not hit and run, it was a DUI, arrested where his best friend was severely injured. So yeah, this family's been going through it, and to see her come into the public with this, nowadays social media and the court of public opinion, people run to that for judgment or to be seen or heard. Now, after Linda released that and said that she's a narcissist and she hasn't seen her daughter in 8 years, and she's a grandmother and can't see her grandkids, Brooke came back again after being called a narcissist by her mom, and she released receipts showing that they were together no later than 2-3 years ago. So how can it be seen that you weren't together for 8 years? You haven't seen her in 8 years. And like I said, she shared a photo of herself, her husband, and her mom all together. And, that's not 8 years ago. But anyways, gossipers, what are your thoughts on this story? Let's see if, so who fired back last? The daughter, Brooke. So Brooke responded with receipts showing that she has seen Brooke. She just haven't seen her since the babies were born because Brooke wants to protect her children because of the lifestyle that she grew up in, the childhood that she grew up in. Brooke was made fun of her weight, and she wanted to be like other musicians, and she was being pushed to lose weight, to look sexy, to be like other entertainers back in the day when she wanted to come out, and it just doesn't work for everyone. So gossipers, what are your thoughts on this story? And unfortunately, not because you're blood that means you're going to get along or you're going to see eye to eye or anything like that. Sometimes you have family members, parents and children who are just not going to see eye to eye, or if someone is affected or damaged by the hands of a parent or child or anyone, sometimes that ends a relationship where they love you from a distance. They can't be around you anymore, correspond with you anymore, because if they do, it's going to get to that place of toxicity. You know what I'm trying to say, okay? So, for Brooke, she's happy as I said, she pulled away from the spotlight because she knows what comes with that, and she's a new mom of twins. She's happy with her husband in life. I'm not quite sure if she's talking to the brother. So yes, gossipers, again, as always, please like, share, subscribe, tell me your thoughts on this story. And the other story I want to tackle is the twins. I'm not quite sure if you heard of the story of the twins. They were supposed to go and visit some friends for the weekend or the week, and their parents or family got notice that they did not catch their flight, and then the twins were found dead in the mountain miles away from the airport, and they were claiming that it was MS. So if you know the story, you know what the M and S is. And I could have sworn they said that they did not find the the weapon or the GUN. I could have sworn that was it, but as I said, I'm going to look into, because how can it be a MS and there's no weapon showing that this committed and then you took it, if you get what I'm saying. So yes, we're going to look into this. We wanted to get on social media, not social media, and out to the main news people for this case to be talked about. And yes, so again, please like, share, subscribe. Let's grow our channel. Thank you, gossipers, for watching and listening.